This is Willem De Kooning, and as you see, one of his famous quotes right here, you have to stay to change the saint. You'll see throughout all his artworks how this really relates in his life. De Kooning was born on April 24th, 1904 in Rotterdam, Netherlands. De Kooning was an illegal immigrant that traveled to America as a secret stowaway on a ship in 1926. He did not officially become a U.S. citizen until about 1962, and he died on March 19th, 1997, at the age of 92. He was most famous for his paintings, but he also did draw and sculpt and made some lithographs. When de Kooning was 12, he left school to begin working in apprenticeship at a design and decoration firm. De Kooning supported himself when he arrived in the U.S. by becoming a house painter. He also worked for the WPA Federal Arts Project in 1935, but eventually left soon after, fearing his lack of citizenship would be discovered. However, this led him to pick up painting full time. De Kooning, like many artists, struggled with their painting careers, as they had to try to compete with the famous Pablo Picasso. As William even said, Picasso is the man to beat. De Kooning and many other New York artists gained their fame by rejecting traditional art forms like realism, surrealism, and cubism, as they created a style characterized by abstract gestures blurring the lines between foreground and midground or background. The, this was known as action painting or abstract expressionism. This movement marked a significant shift in the art world, as New York replaced Paris as the center of the avant-garde after World War II. De Kooning was known as the artist's artist amongst his peers. He was invited by Joseph Albers to teach at Black Mountain College in North Carolina. He received many medals, such as the Logan Medal and Purchase Prize from the Art Institution of Chicago for excavation. He he declined the Museum of Modern Art's invitation to have a major exhibition of his work. He was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom by President Lyndon B. Johnson. He also designed and built his own studio, the studio he worked in New York. De Kooning married a girl named Evelyn Frey, who took one of his drawing class in 1938. They got married in 1943, though. However, soon after they split due to their professional ambitions, as both of them were artists. An artist don't make much money, so there was also poverty, also alcohol abuse and infidelities. Years later, they would reunite, though. Kooning did suffer from alcohol addiction throughout his life. As you can see when we go through this thing, how chaotic it gets. This is Picasso. He's one of the greatest influences on art for de Kooning and one of his biggest competitions throughout his life. As you will later see how his artwork correlates sort of with Picasso's. Here will be a timeline of de Kooning's artwork to show you how it slowly has changed throughout his life. The start, is very realistic in his artwork is shown, and just like stays very realistic. However, these kind of show just the random shapes and colors that like was picking up kind of by Picasso was kind of like bringing into the world was with random shapes and colors. These were some drawings he did. They were still very realistic, still early in his life. And then this is when he starts having sort of a change into his more artistic style of drawing people, as he drew a man sitting here in an abstract way. And then this was his portrait of his wife that kind kind of goes with the how Picasso drew some of his. And then this is kind of like the shift right here is between like this is his last like it's not it's not real that realistic, but this is kind of the shift for when it becomes way more chaotic in his life, as we see just like turned into this many multiple thing of random shapes and colors. And then if we go through all these, these are all mostly depict a woman. All these depict a woman, and as you see throughout the thing, it just slowly gets further and further from looking more like a woman, and it becomes hard to distinguish what you're looking at, the shapes and colors, as it used to be this like realistic child, and then we're all the way over here. And then soon after, he works with just like just putting random colors and random lines and stuff that still chaotic. And here he turns very into the drawing in the nude and painting the nude, but you can still see this painting is a little more realistic. You can tell they're women. But as you can see these drawings right here, if you go back to these drawings, you can see there's just a complete shift in it. And then in the end of his life, I'd say he made this chaotic style a little less chaotic and a little more refined. As you can see, like the lines and they're definite and they're highlighted. But as you look through the whole timeline, you can see how it started out very realistic, and as it slowly keeps going, it slowly gets way more chaotic and chaotic till you don't really know what's happening. But throughout his life, I know in the end he started to have Alzheimer's, and in his life he struggled with alcohol. But this shows like the shift in his artwork all the time shows with the same quote I said at the beginning that you have to change to stay the same. So he had to change many times in his artwork to stay the same, being like a popular artist. It just shows you how time can really change someone's artwork and how the things in their life can change people's artwork, as such as maybe alcohol and Alzheimer's had effects in the later years of his life.